Let's go.
Come on, let's go. I'm going to get it myself.
Let's head to the kitchen.
Hi everyone, JJ here. Welcome back. Well, yes, Tesla's market share, US market share, mind you, is dropping. We've seen it happen in Europe and elsewhere in the world, but in US, the market share is dropping. We'll take a look at that story today. And they say, don't worry. Elon says, don't worry. Tesla, Elon Jellicle say, don't worry, because Optimus is going to take 80% in the future, and of course robotaxis. But we'll have a look at what's going on with Optimus right now as well, because it doesn't look like it's going so well. But first, let's look at the news exclusive here from Reuters. Tesla market share in US drops to lowest since 2017 as competition heats up. And of course, 2017 is really when Tesla was just getting going. So it's been a long time since anything like this has been happening, since the market share has been so low. Let's get into the article to see what they say. US market share dropped to a near 8-year low in August as buyers choose electric vehicles from a growing stable of rivals over the aging lineup offered by Elon Musk's Tesla company. Yes, there's a growing competition. Market share overall in EVs is also surging upwards. So that is a problem. There's competition. The competition is here. A lot of them said that Tesla is so far out in front, the competition is not going to catch them, the legacy companies in particular. But China's BYD is also catching up. But people in the US don't see that, of course. The tariffs are too big. Don't see BYD cars there. So this is according to data from research firm Cox Automotive, shared exclusively with Reuters. And this is a reputable source. This is not just, people just saying that. Someone like me just mouthing off saying this stuff. This is actual data from Cox Automotive. The decline highlights the threat from automakers ramping up EV incentives at a difficult time for the industry. Analysts expect an EV sales bump to continue through September in the United States, then drop when federal tax credits expire at the end of the month, raising financial pressure on Tesla and other automakers. So, yes, these tax incentives are going away. So, there is likely to be a rush before that due date of people buying, and the Elon Jellicles will get excited about that because there will be a bump in the numbers as people rush to buy. If they're thinking about buying, it would make sense to do that before this. But then after that, what is going to happen, I wonder? Tesla, which once had more than 80% of the US EV market, accounted for 38% of the total EV sales in the United States in August, the first time it has fallen below the 40% mark since October 2017, when it was ramping up production of the Model 3, its first mass market car, according to early data from Cox. So, yes, you have to go way back to see this. And 80% market share was huge. That's when people were so excited about Tesla. There were people saying that it's going to grow 50% a year, or between 30 and 50% a year indefinitely, ramping up to 20 million cars sold annually. That was what people said. I kid you not. And it's really not looking like that. So Elon Musk and Tesla are pivoting away from vehicles because the history of the auto industry is low margins, intense competition. It's really not a great industry for investors, or it hasn't been in the past. But people thought that Tesla had a massive moat. It's always going to be this way. They're going to be way ahead. And now they're saying robo-taxis are going to be way ahead, even though Waymo's out there actually scaling with autonomous vehicles. And Tesla has that safety driver in the driver's seat if it's on the freeway in Austin, still in the passenger seat. I think they're still in the passenger seat there, but other places they're actually in the driver's seat. So it's really like an Uber running FSD, ready to save any incidents, and there have been incidents. So let's carry on. While other automakers are rolling out new EVs, Tesla has turned its focus to building robotaxis and humanoid robots, as I just said, delaying and canceling plans for cheaper electric vehicle models. Well, there have been some spotted. The Elon Jellicles still say there's a $25,000 model just on the horizon, but where is it? Elon could have brought that out years ago instead of doing this. The Cybertruck, which has been an absolute disaster. They're just, frankly, not selling many Cybertrucks, and I think that's just going to quietly go away, or as quietly as they can at some point, unless he just keeps it on to save face as a kind of really, really, really niche model. I don't know, but it's kind of iconic of Tesla. So when they do stop it, that's going to be news for sure. Much of Tesla's $1 trillion valuation hangs on that bet. The company's board on Friday proposed an unprecedented $1 trillion pay package for Musk that, apart from other operational milestones, is pegged to Tesla's value rising to 8.5 trillion over the next decade. Now, I haven't made a video about that specifically. I have had a look at it though. It is pegged to milestones of actual company fundamentals, although they could fudge some of it. This adjusted EBITDA that they talk about, I mean, you can adjust it in different ways, so watch out for it being adjusted out the wazoo is what I'd say, so Elon can get paid. But that is actually milestones that they have to reach. But people, the investors, retail investors, were very excited about this. Yay, Elon's been going to be paid $1 trillion. Investors will be paid too if that happens. But that is incredible. Just to keep Elon interested at all in Tesla, he needs to have this carrot of $1 trillion to actually even be interested in working hard for Tesla. For now, Tesla's core auto business remains its moneymaker. Indeed, people just forget that this is where the vast majority of the revenue is coming from, and the margins are going down, 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 competition going up, market share, even in the US, going down. Its last new model was the Cybertruck pickup that rolled out in 2023, and it took years to produce it, with nothing of the success of its Model 3 midsize sedan or Model Y midsize SUV. Cybertruck was a mistake. It was a mistake for Elon to do that instead of a more affordable model. They could be selling millions and millions of these affordable cars, and companies like BYD has beaten them to the punch there and even selling them in Europe, not just in China. Tesla has refreshed the Model Y, yes, once the world's best selling car, but the changes failed to live up to expectations, and Tesla is on track toward a second year of sales decline. And as we saw in my last video about Tesla sales still plummeting, still going down in Europe. How low can it go? I know they're positioning themselves as a robotics AI company, which is the latest bubble. AI is turning into a bubble. Elon hopping on that bubble. But when you're a car company, when you don't have new products, your share will start to decline. Stephanie Valdez Streety Cox, director of Industry Insights, said in an interview with Reuters. Cox has more complete data for July, when Tesla's market share fell 42% from 48.7 in June. The drop was the sharpest since March 2021. So it is a trend that's keeping on going. So it's really not looking good. Now, as Elon keeps saying, 80% of the market cap, the future multi-trillion-dollar market cap, is going to come from Optimus, from robots. Here it is here. And this is one of the competitors. Now, this is an interesting post from Tommaso Gritti the other day, who said, I know I will upset lots of Tesla investors, but however, simply repeating that Tesla's Optimus is miles ahead of the competition is not connected to reality. And this was at a time when this video came out, which if you haven't seen that, I'm going to show that in a minute, and the competitions video, to see how Optimus is doing against direct competition. So it does a comparison here of the videos that were released pretty much at the same time. Optimus takes 10 seconds to respond to a simple question, does not move until they step at least a meter away, walks pretty slowly, does not show any movement of the hands, which admittedly looks very nice, but Are those really Optimus Gen 3 hands, or are those simply covers to avoid competition from copying them? Well, they do look like mannequin hands in that photo. They're very realistic, but they don't do anything in the video, I don't think. Now, Figure Generation 2 shows unpacking, pick and QR scanning, shows washing machine loading, shows cloth folding, shows dishwasher unloading. Today's video. So we'll have a look at the dishwasher unloading. It is pretty impressive considering some of the efforts that have been in the past. It's even really difficult for a humanoid robot to do tasks like this, but they're definitely making progress where Optimus isn't showing that. In the long term, Tesla's resources and manufacturing experience is likely going to make them a dominant player. Yet today, Figure is clearly ahead. Well, that's speculation. We'll have to see. Disclaimer, I'm long Tesla, blah, blah, blah. So let's just have a look at this actual video of what they said. They're slow to react. It's kind of agonizing to watch, actually. It's not very impressive. Although Elon Musk, I think, retweeted it out as being proud of it.
Hey Optimus, what are you doing there?
Just chilling, ready to help.
Hey Optimus, do you know where I can get a Coke?
Sorry, I don't have real-time info, but I can take you to the kitchen if you want to check for a Coke there.
Oh yeah,
Let
that'd
me
be
know if you
great.
should go.
Yes, let's do that. Let's go.
Come on, let's go. I'm going to get it myself.
Let's head to the kitchen.
Could have walked to the kitchen by now
go.
for myself.
I think we need to give it a bit more room. Right now, it's kind of paranoid about space. It'll be able to walk a lot faster too.
Okay, so you get the picture. It's pretty slow. It's really slow to respond. And this is competition Figure doing a dishwasher unloading. Loading, not unloading. Okay, so I don't think there's any much sound on this. There's no talking. So, what strikes me about this is, the dishes are there, ready on the bench for it. They're rinsed if you use dishwashers. Sometimes food that you have to rinse off. So, pretty impractical just for this at the moment, but not a bad demonstration. It's doing kind of delicate things with light touch, not breaking anything, putting things in the right place. So from this, it seems to be quite far ahead of Tesla, really. Tesla Optimus. What do you think about this? I'd really like to know what you think about this. Let me know in the comments. Do you think that Tesla's market share is going to continue to go down with cars? They don't seem to care about it, but I get the feeling that because of the competition, they're really pivoting because they have to, because their market share is going down all over the world. The competition is becoming intense. The auto industry is returning back to this intense competition, very low margin. It's not what Tesla investors expect or want. There's energy storage, which is the other bright spot in Tesla, really, that's ramping up into scale. But they need other things too if they want to have this moat, if they want to turn into a multi-trillion-dollar company. Elon said it's going to be the biggest company that's ever existed.